Okay. So, what's up? This is Noble. For some reason, I'm looking at myself, and I don't know why, but the timed countdown that was supposed to give me 3 minutes is not showing up for you guys, and I paid attention and saw that. So, no biggie. Cool. Welcome to Insider Trading. My name is Noble Woods. Um. Oh, music does that little jump. Man, I'm all off today. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Today, what I want to do. Yesterday, I walked through the SVB Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Go back and watch that video. If you're watching from Insider Trading, the video's at the top of the page. You can go to my YouTube channel and check it out too. Just being noble. It's about an hour. It's really in depth. But there's a lot that I want you to understand. So even if you're like, I don't really care about Silicon Valley, I didn't, it's just another thing that happened along, the journey, the path. As an investor, as a trader, something that really didn't affect you in any way. There's still something you should learn from it. There's so many gems to learn from it. Try to learn from everything that happens that you can digest in the market, because it's only going to prepare you or give you some insight into as to how to um, handle that thing when it happens again. And trust me, there will be more banks that will fail. So, what happens when a bank fails like that? What happened to banking yesterday? What happened to finance as a sector by itself? Right? How do you play those things? Got to pay attention. Part of it is just paying attention. All right. For years, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. So whether you made money on something recently dealing with that or not, cool, don't worry. What I want to do today is I'm actually going to let me pull it up and show you real quick. I want to I'm actually going to I want to show you guys Insider Trading. So it's a Facebook group, Insider Trading. Myself and my cousin Joel Harrison started literally 10 years ago. And let's see, how many people do we have? Where is it? Where's the number? Uh, I can't even find it right in this moment, but there's a lot of people in the room. It's like 30,000 people. Now, of course, you don't have 30,000 people all trying to talk every day. No, thousands of people are watching, learning. We do a lot of education, free education as well as paid courses. But it's just a great community to be a part of, and you really do need community when we start talking about um, trading as more than just a fun hobby because you were at home during COVID because of pandemic sat your butt down. All right, it's more than that. So once again, I want to invite you in. Go to YouTube. I mean, go to Facebook. Go to Inside of Trading, and submit the request. Sometimes we get a little bagged up because we got to make sure people aren't. It's a ton of bots and scammers. So if you don't get in the first hour, next couple days, just relax. You'll get in. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. So what I did was I actually in the room, if you're in the room, sometimes you got to be in the right room. If you were in the room, what I did was I said, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my live chart thing that I always do. I'm going to use my analysis, my tools to help you, all right, to see clearer, better, to do some assessment, examine the companies you want to look at. So I got a few I want to look at today based on what you guys said. And I want to remind you too, this is interactive. Let me see. Somebody, you can comment, and somebody said, "Where's the music?" So, that's weird. You guys should have heard it, but now that I'm thinking about it, if you couldn't hear that music that was playing, I'll go back and watch it. I got some new stuff that I'm connecting, so I'm still, even though this is live and real, and it is very much so me doing my thing as I've done for years. Some of the newer technology isn't all perfectly connected, so yeah. I don't know if you didn't hear the music. Don't worry. Don't worry though. Don't worry. Let me see. Somebody else said, "Yo," it's probably Andre, because he always says "yo" with the long O's. Yo, what's good? What's good, bro? I'm here, man. So let's do this. Okay. Just trying to get that off screen. I told you about insider trading. I'll show you really quick the stocks that we're going to look at. I said, hey, what do you guys want to look at? Feel free as I'm going through these to definitely ask questions. And so what we have to look at looks like Kadeen Springer gave me VXUS and PSNY. I'll look at both of those. Let's see. What did Andre say? Oh, he said he said, you know I'm there, big dog. Bevy said, let me show you guys. Bevy said, yo, let's take a look at Tesla, please. John Green said, let's look at GNG and Amgen or AMGN. And then Monica Boone also said, yo, let's look at Tesla as well. So, small list, not a ton of stocks. If you're in the room and you make the request, though, I'll make sure I cover every stock. And it's interesting. I do want to share this with you guys too. As somebody who does what I do and who I am, who's helped to build a really, I'd say cultivated a community of people who are learning, growing, some experts, we got experts in the room too. We got millionaires in the room, multimillionaires, all of that stuff, right? When you start talking about money and capital, right, everybody's going to kind of come to the table. So, I had two thoughts at the same time. They kind of collided. What was I about to say? I literally forgot what I was about to say. As I was talking, another thought was trying to sneak in. Whatever. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Oh, that's what I was going to say. 2 years ago when I used to do these, way, way, way more people would respond. More viewers would be watching. More people would respond in the room and say, yo, here's my 2 stocks. Can we take a look at these? I have a list of like 40, 50 stocks 2 years ago. It's a little bit smaller now, and maybe that's because we haven't doing it as routinely, potentially. But what I want to tell you is I can see from my purview as a expert, as a coach, as somebody who trades every day and talks to traders and tries to help other folks get on the journey, and just is honest about what it takes and the pitfalls, the rewards, all of that stuff, the freedoms, the sacrifices. I can tell that the energy is kind of leaving. And I thought that would probably happen, but I'm just saying it because I want you guys to know. For those who are still here, I commend you. If you just started trading in the last 2 years, I'm telling you factually, a lot of people have just fizzled on out. They took it serious for a second. They tried. They got into it. Maybe they didn't have the right mix of things, whatever that is for them, to get really serious. But if you just got excited about trading the last few years and you're still here actively engaged, thinking, trading, that's great. This is a game of longevity and consistency, and you gotta persevere. Right. So, a lot of people after the recession, they just kind of stop, this investing thing doesn't work. And then they miss the best 12, 13 years of their life. So I know COVID happened. I know the first 2 years, right, to the end of 2021 was really cruising, easy, just straight up uptrend. It was pretty easy. And then last year was tough because the trend direction changed, forced you to know how to actually trade a little bit, be able to read a chart beyond a little bit. And then now, in 2023, we're wondering, okay, where do we go from here? Is the market trying to rebound? Is it reversing? Is it in a downtrend? Is it in a range? Where are we? What are we doing? Which way is it going? All right. So, got to get dialed in. So, I'll start. Actually, you know what? I'll start here because she asked me about VSUX. So the first thing I want to look at, and I'll just kind of go through this real easy. Just I'll use. Why is that doing that? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's why it's doing that. Okay, let me check something real. I'm checking something. Hold on, let me check something. Dre, if you're watching, I think you are. What can y'all see right now? Can y'all see Yahoo Finance right now? This is what I need to know. Can y'all see Yahoo Finance right now on my screen? Can you see Yahoo Finance? That's what I need to know. Somebody tell me. Oh, we got a few more. Nvidia, Meta, Apple, Roku. Okay, so y'all can't. Why not though? That's crazy. What the heck is wrong with this thing? Okay, let me try something real quick. Hopefully I won't lose y'all. If I do, I'll hop right back on. Let me get rid of this. And let me go here. Okay. I think that might be it. Okay. Okay. Can you see my charts now? And there's like a 7-second delay, so I gotta think about that. It's like a 7-second delay. Okay, I can see it over here. I'm looking down here in the corner. I can see it now. Okay, cool. See what I'm saying? Technology, man. I don't know what the heck is going on. So okay, cool. So let me do this. Let me be really quick with this. Let me be really quick and precise and to the point. um no, that's not what I want to look at though. Why does this keep bringing that up like that? I don't want this little live thing. It's getting in my way. Okay, whatever. All right. So I'll just do this. I'll just jump straight to the charts. We'll stay on the charts. I'm gonna keep this simple. I was trying to go back and forth a little bit, show this, but Yahoo's acting really weird. That's weird. That's really weird. It's really weird. Yep. Okay, give me 1 second. I think I figured it out. Okay. So the question that I was asked with a K was to look at VXUS. So I just wanted to walk you guys through really quick. If you get something new, maybe you never heard of it, maybe you have. Yahoo is free. It has a ton of information. Yahoo Finance, when I first started, was like my go-to. I was on Investopedia, Yahoo Finance all the time. It's good information. It's enough to get started. It's more than enough, right? So VSUX, what is it? What is it? You don't know. All right. So if I had to really quick just kind of scan over this, then the first thing that you can see is it stands for the Vanguard Total International Stock Index Fund, right? So this is somebody who asked me to, hey, let's take a look at this. But what is it though? It's a Vanguard is the company, Total Stock Index Fund, all right? But let's go to profile really quick so we can just kind of take a look at the profile of it. And this bottom corner over here, I'll just read it. Manager, employees, and investing strategy, blah, blah, blah. Performance of the FTSE, FTSE Global All Cap Index, right? So it's like, what the heck is the FTSE? All right, what the heck is the FTSE? So, got to bounce around just a little bit. Financial Stock Exchange, right? The FTSE, it's known as the FTSE. What is it? It's basically the S&P of another country, all right? So it's international. It says it right here. It's comprised mostly of 100 blue chip stocks listed on the London Stock Exchange, right? And the Russell 2000 index, a small cap stock index market of 2000, blah, 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 right? So the FTSE's kind of like our Dow, really kind of like London's S&P. All right, it's London's version of the S&P. So there we go. Just wanted to make that clear as I get started digging into some analysis here. So first thing I'll do is real quick, I'll just jump to VSUX or what is it? I just looked at it. VUSX? What is it? Let me go back. Hold on 1 second. What the heck is the name of this thing? VXUS. Okay. Cool. VXUS. There we go. All right, so I'll keep my charts today super, super simple. I will assume you really don't know too much at all. And I want to show you that the analysis doesn't have to be really, really complex. It only gets better if you have more tools. So I'm giving you like a super light one-on-one. I could teach this to kids. I literally have. I started teaching kids first, and I introduced them to the 20 period moving average. So what you see on my chart here, I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all kids, just for a second to keep it simple. All right. The this yellow line that you see on the chart is the 20 period moving average. Why do I use the 20? Because I love statistics. I got A's in stats in grad school and undergrad. I kind of think of myself as a statistician in the way that I approach the market and approach a lot of things in life. If I go to a restaurant, I'm going to ask whoever's serving me, what's the most popular, best tasting meal that most people get? That's a question of probability. I want to ensure I'm getting the best chance of getting a great meal, right? That's just how I do everything. It really is. So I love stats. If you think about this little line, this little yellow line, oh, it's so powerful. This little yellow line. It takes the last 20 periods, and we're looking at the month chart on VXUS. Last 20 periods, or last 20 months, takes the closing price, creates a line that just simply draws the average. That's all it does. All right. The beautiful part about the 20 is it's essentially the average, it's the mean, right? It's the difference between metaphor I always use if we're playing basketball and you cross the half court line. That's super important. Why? Because if you get on your side of the court, there's a higher chance of you hitting a shot. If I get on my side of the court, I take it out from the right all the way on from your side. If I can get over the half court line, that gives me a higher probability of winning, hitting the shot. If I can get to the 3-point line, inside the perimeter, free throw line, even better. Inside, right, layup, easy shot. So the 20 is it's essentially mathematically, it is it's the half court line, right? And so what I want you to know, all you need to know for the day from our technical analysis, above this line, bulls, you're on the bull side. There's no uptrend that ever happens that's below the 20. Right. All the actual true uptrends, real buying, it's basically above the 20. And below is the same thing, right? So okay, cool. So that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all you need to know today. Above the 20 bullish, below the 20 bearish. Generally, we're just keeping it real simple today. 101 stuff that I literally have taught kids, middle school kids. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go back. Okay. So this is VSUX. Where are they right now? Well, price is about to test the 20. Essentially, it just did last month. And that area is really key. Why? Because it happens all the time. Price will always at some point go back to its average. The same way that people, if you get sick, you're going to eventually get better and go back to your average temperature. If we talk about personality, you might have the most amazing week. You were high all week. You had just the most amazing things happen all week. At some point, you're just going to go back down to just your normal average week. Everything goes back to the average, including prices, right? So that's why it's really key to know when we test the 20, because we often will test it, run right back up to it, and then we can either try to get through it or we just drop and go right back down. And we stay in the same main trend direction. You see it all the time. So this is the month. I want to scale down really quick to the week. So now we're looking at the week chart, but I put that little blue box. That little blue box once again represents where on the month chart where we tested this 20. All right, I'll make it a little bit smaller. Real quick, I'll make it a little bit smaller. So right in there. And that was like what, 57? So yeah, price of 57. Matter of fact, I won't write it on the screen, but y'all got it. Okay, so this is the week chart. So what do you notice about the week? Right here, this week, we got above the 20. Bullish activity. Push, pull back, push back up again. Now we're right back at the 20. All right, so the question is, the month is under, and if you look at this, I mean, clearly, if you just take a look at this, like check out how many times we tested the 20. All right. All we were doing in here, back and forth. Pushed up, tried to get above the 20. Nope. New lows, tested the 20. New low, ran back up to the 20. New low, ran right back up to the 20. New low, couldn't get there but got close. New low, ran back up to the 20 again, ran back down. All right. So a lot of you guys are like drawing trend lines and doing those basic things that you learn and should learn. And if I drew this line right here, right, so that is the trend line, true. If I made the chart clean, then yeah, right. So I'm just connecting all of these highs, right? But what's actually happening statistically under the hood, you're testing the average and don't even know it, right? So just trying to give you like some basic stuff and a little bit deeper, stuff that only traders who really understand the math and some of the mechanics, what we call under the hood, kind of, behind this stuff actually know. So here we go. So we crossed over the 20 right here and we broke over the trend line. Any and everybody who's been trading this had to pay attention this week. And that was a really strong week because bullish activity was there. We were buying, we had the volume. All right, so that doesn't instantly mean we're bullish because we could have went right back down, but that was a really strong week. All right, and so what do you see here? I'll go to the day chart for a quick second. And on the day chart, so here we go. I saved the day chart. I like to save the day chart. I do. I always do the analysis the same way. I've been doing it this way for years. I'll always do it the same way. I want to get the biggest, broadest view first. Let's start with the month. All right, see what I can see. General high level observation and analysis. Then I'll go to the week. And then I'll scale down to the day. If you start with the day, it's like the day charts are all over the place. So check this out. The day chart is bearish. The week chart is bullish. But the month chart is still bearish because it just tested the average on a longer time frame, which means more data, more information, more price. Which one do you trust? If you like me, you've been in this for enough years, you understand multiple time frames, you really can be dangerous either way. You could play the short side or the long side almost at any time. Now, there's still a better, I'd say, definitely, there is a true trend, I would say. I would. But I ain't going to even get into that right now. I'm going to just keep going. This dotted blue line on my chart is key. That's probably the only other thing I'm actually going to teach from a technical perspective today. You got the 20 on there, so we know the 20 above bullish, below bearish, right? Cool. We looked at a few different time frames to get a large picture, scaled in a little bit, and then most of you guys who are trading or investing, a lot of y'all are only looking at the day chart. I think that's a disadvantage, but I'll show you why as I finish this analysis. Here on the day chart, this dotted line is a 200 period moving average. Really, really, really important. Why? Because when we went under the 200 period moving average, way back here, that alone lets you know it was a sign. Oh, y'all can't see my chart. My bad. I don't know why this thing keeps doing this. Why does it keep giving me this little preview screen that I don't want? That's what's throwing me off. I'll get adjusted. I appreciate y'all patience, but I keep going back and forth, and sometimes if I click certain things, it's a new system. I'm just getting used to it. It's dope though, but I haven't mastered it yet. So as you can see, the dotted blue line, thick blue line, 200 period moving average, long-term health. It's long-term health. There's no fund manager, no serious investor or trader on the planet who should not be looking at the 200 average when you do your analysis. It's 101 stuff and it's 501 at the same time. It's the basic, one of the most basic things you learn, and it's advanced because when you get to where you're trading with larger size, more money, everything matters more, right? So some of these tools are basic, but you'll still use them. I do years still into trading and investing, right? So let me go back really quick. Okay, so what I was saying was this right here. You can see it when we went under the 200 and we pushed up to test it right in here. Right here, we perfectly went up to the 200 and failed. New lows, ran back up. New lows, pushed up again, new low. All right, so we've been in a downtrend on this thing for a minute. And you already knew that because the S&P is down. All right, so you already knew that. All right. So where are we today? Right now? Well, I keep things really, really simple. I know there's a million traders and, gurus and fake gurus out there. I show you guys my basic analysis, right? To just let you, kind of see what I'm doing and how I'm thinking. But right now, so we're in a little small downtrend. We just tested this 20 on the day. I think we're trying to get here to the 200. We love testing the 200. And there's usually orders down there. You got to think about it. If I was super bullish on this, which, I don't trade it or invest specifically in, right, the VXUS. But if I did, right, we're above the 200. That's a good sign. Right? It's real simple basics. Above, bearish, below, not the best sign, right? So the month chart, once again, is still down. We're still bearish. We just tested the 220 on the we just tested the average on the month We're not able to get through. So that's like, ugh. And as soon as that happened, I'll be real with y'all. If we could go back in time. As soon as we got to this area here, went under the 20, this little candle right here, and this one right in here. That was your trade short. You know we're going right back down. It's like that's all we do is go up or down. All right. And I'm telling y'all, I'm so serious. I used to trade using the 20 for a long time. I still keep it on my charts. I don't really even use it per se, but I keep it on my charts just as another extra clarity measure for bullish or bearish. All right. I only use a few indicators. As a matter of fact, even on the bottom, this TTM squeeze on the bottom, I haven't even talked about it. Right now, I don't even need it. Right? You should be able to read a price chart and still see price action. Oh man, I did it again. I did all that talking and didn't show y'all. So yeah, that sucks. But anyway, okay. I'll go back over that really quick. What I said was right in here, this blue bar, I got that from the month chart. All right. So as we were approaching, if you would have said, okay, I know where we're going to this 20. All right. Even if I look at that on the week, we got there perfectly, ranged for about 2 weeks and started to come right back down to where? Where are we going? To the 20. All right. If I go to the day chart, I could do the same thing. If I go to the day, once we hit this area in here, went under the 20, pushed up to test it, did not break it, went right back down, pushed up to it again. Where are we going? We have nowhere to go but down in this little area. Why? Because on the month chart, the longer term big money, we tested a critical place and we could not get above the average. If we can't get above the average on a chart that's bearish, it's coming right back down. That's all it can do. This happens all the time. Thousands of times every day. Same stuff playing out, right? So sometimes we don't get to the 200. So it's kind of like, right now in this moment, if I had to trade this, I don't have a trade right now. We could push up and test this 20 again. We could push up and run right back to 57. It could. All right. We could also come right back down to 52. So it'll be interesting. We're kind of in this little rangy area. If I go back to the month one more time. Right. This is the second month, right? So we're really inside of, check this out. We're actually kind of inside of this range bar, right? This bar right here. We're inside of January. Haven't broke it, haven't gone below. So don't get super excited to be bullish until we really can get above 57. And if we can't get above 57, we get back down to 50. Yeah, you already know. The week will be bearish. The month is already bearish, and then the day will be bearish. That's how you make money when these different time frames align. Right. So we're in one of those places where it depends on what we're talking about too. I probably should have said that. Because if you're talking to Noble the investor, you should just be buying some every month. Dollar cost average, buy it every month. I don't, we get all super complex. And don't get me wrong, that's like 101 basics. That alone would change most people's life. Right? If we could go back to the, let's do this for a second. Let's go back to the S&P. Actually, let's go to NASDAQ because people be trying to argue about the S&P. Let's go back to NASDAQ really quick. And what do I want to go back to? I want to go all the way back to 2008. 2008. All right, so we fell off a cliff. Recession. Here's what's crazy though. If in this entire period, if you started investing here every month, NASDAQ, before the recession of 2008, and just kept investing, at the highs of 2021, you'd have had roughly annually about a 21% return, somewhere right in there. If you start, and I did the math on all this, I tested multiple scenarios, right? The math is all I want to talk to you about, right? Because people talk, a lot of traders talk, but they're not actually talking about the math. This is all math and data. I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about what you think. Prove it. All right, prove it. Prove that you know something. So that's one scenario. What if I was investing every month down here? And then what if I started right here after? Right? Because that's kind of what's happening right now. People are like, man, I want to keep investing. Some people are trying to perfectly time the bottom, which is tough to do. And then some people are just like, man, I want to wait until all of this is over. I don't even know if I should, right? Because you're afraid of losing. And as you can see on this chart, we can't even see those little circles because what happened was a 13-year bullish run. Right? And so here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know. Scenario 1, if you started investing just every month, NASDAQ, before the recession, and just say, I don't care about this recession. I'm going to just continue to invest and build equity. Percentage return, pretty much the exact same percentage return as if you started doing that at the bottom, perfectly at the bottom, like you're Jesus and you literally know the future, right? You know what's going to happen, right? And then if you started even after, because you were like, man, I'm just going to wait this out. I want to wait it all out. The percentage return difference, it's not even 1%. It's literally not even 1% return from those 3 different scenarios annually if you just kept investing. So why do we go so crazy when it comes to investing? The point is to invest and to keep building equity and buying. If you believe in the thing, buy it. When it's lower, that's better. Why? Because years later, that's just going to still be more money in the account, right? And I would say the disadvantage is the person who wanted to avoid the whole recession. I'll kind of wait and get this, like, I'll wait. I don't know what to do. I'll wait. You just now have less money invested versus the person who just continued to invest. They literally have 2 years more they have 2 years worth of more capital invested. And the percentage return, literally, it's like 21.3, 21.7, and then like, it's all like 21 point something. Now that was based on the old highs. Right? That was based on these highs up here on NASDAQ 400. All right. So I haven't redone the math. I'm sure it's a little bit different, but still really relatively close is my point. Relatively close. So I'm gonna go back one more time. VXUS. It's in a bearish downtrend. It's reversed a bit. It just tested its average. And right now we just kind of in limbo. It's not really bullish. Overall it's bearish. The day is kind of bearish. We might hit the 200 and bounce. I don't know. All right. But we will come out of this area. I can tell you that much. We are not going to stay in this area forever. A couple months from now, we'll have got above 58 or we'll be back below 50. All right. I can tell you that. All right, statistically. Okay, that's VXUS. And I spent a lot of time on VXUS because it's kind of new. Most of y'all haven't heard of it before, so that's the only reason. The others, I'll go faster. Is that, no, what does she want me to look at? PSNY, is it? Yeah, okay. So this next one is PSNY. Oh, matter of fact, let me check something real quick, though. Oh, because I forgot. I got a few more. Y'all gave me Apple, SNY. Oh, I got a whole bunch more. I couldn't even see that at first. My bad. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I couldn't see all the comments. Once again, new system. I'm getting used to it. The old system I used, I could kind of see everything. It would pop up. This is actually better, but I just got to remember to go back and look at it. So I'm good. Okay. So let's look at this PSNY. And this is one of those that honestly, let me do this. I might as well show y'all real quick. Let me do this real quick. Really quick. I think it makes sense to do this. PSNY is Polestar Automotive. Small company, only $8 billion market cap. There's no beta, there's no PE ratio. Usually you see stuff like that and it's like, they're probably brand new, right? So instantly just seeing that, I was like, yeah, they're probably new. You want to go to, let's do this let's have some fun for a quick second. Let's go to holders. Who's holding this? Who owns it? 51.45%, right? Shareholders, inside, shares held by insiders, right? Only 5% is the institutional investors. So as soon as you even see something like that, it's like, yeah, now we're talking about something that the institutions, the big banks, the big funds really have not, that percentage is so low. They don't believe in it, so why should you? Right? Very, very small number of institutions holding this. Only 99. That is super, super, super small. If I had to go over to Apple real quick to give you a comparison, look at Apple's holders. 5,741 institutions holding Apple because it's a good company. The big institutions aren't buying trash stocks on purpose, right? They're not going to do that. The goal is to make money, right? Percentage of shares held by institutions, 61%, right? So huge difference. Baby new company, Apple, one of the best companies in the world. So I just want to give you guys that as you're doing your analysis. Learn to look at little stuff like that too. And then let's go to the profile real quick. What do they do? Consumer cyclical is a sector. They're an auto manufacturer. Where is that? Postal Automotive Holding UK PLC manufactures and sells premium electronic vehicles. The company was founded in 2017. It's actually headquartered in Sweden. All right, it's headquartered in Sweden. So now we got some information. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go back to the chart. Go back to the chart now. And let's take, I didn't do that. Let's take a look at it. So you can see in a downtrend. Just we opened somewhere around, I mean, this is the earliest data we have. So it must have IPO back in June of 2022. Has not been around, not even around a year, not doing well. Went from $13 down to $3.96. Ooh, that's not good. Not good. But it's new. It's new. I used to tell people all the time, I, as a rule, don't really care about a company for at least 4 quarters. And to me, it's kind of like, why would I invest without some experience with seeing how the market reacts to this company? Because I could know about the company. They can IPO. You can think it's going to be the most amazing company in the world that's about to take over the world. And that's cool that you think that. But what does the market think? What do the institutions think? That's what matters. Not just you, not just your belief. Your belief matters if you, right, to have the discipline to stick to it, to keep investing continually, even when it's down, something like this, right? So yeah, sure, do your analysis. But just as a rule for me, I'm just like, I need to give a company at least a year. I gotta give you some time before I commit to you. I gotta give you some time. I need at least 12 months before, right? I mean, it's a fun metaphor there with like dating. Like some of y'all move too fast. And then you don't get a return. You move too fast. You didn't know enough. You move too fast. It's the same thing. Everything's the same to me. You got to slow down. Slow down. Right? Make the decision. Make an informed. Make a strong decision. Good informed decision before you invest. Marry these companies. Okay, so that's the month chart. Let's see. The week. I got a little bit of information. I don't even have 20 months. That's why there is no 20 period moving average. Because on the month chart, I don't have 20 months. Right? So that's why you don't see one. If you go to the week, where are we? Well, we're under the 20. We just came up and tested it right here, 227. All right, we tested that area. Matter of fact, I'll take this circle off for a second. And learn to do this. This will help you guys as you start learning to do analysis. You learn something. You're like, okay, this 20 thing is important. Okay, cool. The way I learned multiple time frames is it was a couple things I would do, but I would put a circle like right here. I know that this means something on the week, but then I would flip to like the day, right? And then I'm like, okay, where is that? And it's like, oh, we were testing the 20 on the day and the week at the same time, already in a downtrend. That's why price got rejected at that area. Yep, because there's orders sitting right here to short. And if you're a ignorant, dumb, undisciplined, I don't know what I'm doing bull, you wouldn't have known that, yeah, you're buying, but you're pushing. You're just going against the grain. Price came right back down. Right back down. Right back down. Right. So that's the day chart. So right now the day is bearish. The week is bearish. The month is bearish. So this is one of those, I didn't even like get all deep. I didn't want to like do serious analysis today. I don't really know anything about them. I don't have an electronic vehicle. If you're thinking about investing in it, you should know a lot about them. And you should also be able to explain why they're experiencing this slump. I know the whole overall market is down, true. But what is this company doing? Right? If we're talking about investing and this is your company, what is your company doing? What's the plan? What's the plan? Did you read the annual report? What's going on with the balance sheet? Right? What's up? What's up with the financials? What's going on? We got to right. You got to know. That's the only way you can really stay disciplined as an investor. You got to continue to know what they plan on doing to get out of this. What's coming? Right? What are they doing structurally to just manage well? Right? You should be examining not just the chart, but the leadership as best as you can make some assessments from it. Right? Got to do that. Got to do that. So. It's in a downtrend. It's just getting beat up. All you can really do is short it right now. And you can't do it right now because we're literally at the lowest it's been is right now. It's probably going to go lower. We can only go from 398 down to 0. I hope that doesn't happen, but it's possible with any company. So, okay, so let me hit some of the big boys now. So this is Tesla. Tesla. Oh, my bad. Okay. Here's Tesla. Let me take a quick. Oh, I'm so glad this water was not open. It would have gotten all over my mouse. This mic is so great. It's like you're in my mouth. You can hear everything. That didn't sound right. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So the month chart on Tesla, I want to start there. I drew these trend lines a little earlier. Let me take everything off. Sometimes I'd like do the analysis before I look at it, but I mean, I look at Tesla like every day anyway. So I'm constantly putting stuff on Tesla and taking it off. Month chart, are we under the 20? Yes. I want you to start thinking like a trader. Ask the question, right? Ask the questions based on the math, the tools that you know, and then let that guide your direction. All right, that's how you stay clear, right? Because we can, hope is real. Sometimes we hope something's bearish, and it's not giving you the signal that you want, right? It's that confirmation bias stuff, You start looking for reasons for it to be whatever you believe it is, and the chart is like, no, I'm not bullish right now. And you just find it, and you're looking for anything to go to buy some calls or go, And if we're talking about investing, okay, once again, cool. You can dollar cost average, and even through the bad, you're still buying low. Yeah, you're buying is not the best price, true, but it's actually a great price because as long as that thing comes back, if it comes back, then you're good, right? So investing, you got to commit when we start talking about investing to individual stocks, right? If you're like, if you do that. So Tesla's under. Where could we go? You already know. We could go back up to the 20, which is a price of like 265. I go to the week. All right, so we just got above. We tried to get above the 20. Tried to, and then what happened? We kind of got stuck. All right, so y'all see that? We got above the 20. And then we just didn't go anywhere. All right, so we got in a little range. Pushback hit the 20. We're pushing up right now. So this is a little tricky because even down here, the squeeze is giving me that first blue bar. So could we push back up, get into a true uptrend? All right, you need a higher high and a higher low. Could this be the higher low that we're making? Meaning, let me kind of show it to you this way. Could this pattern play out here? Where we do that and then we go back up? Well, that's an uptrend. But we wouldn't be able to officially say this is like truly an uptrend unless this happens. And then we can say we're now in an uptrend. So even right now, yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. And y'all know it's Tesla, so Tesla moves, right? So once again, let me go back from the month perspective. If we get above this, where are we going? Can we test this area? Yes, that would be my super simple one-on-one target. Yep. But we just had a range, and then we actually came under the range. So this week, while we've been bullish this week, how is this week going to close? Because it's only Tuesday. Right? And we have some things coming, some reports. We got some major things coming that Tesla does respond to. Right? So this week is not done. I go to the day chart, well, clearly the day was down. So, all right, so we finally, after all of these days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't even know. That's like 20 something days. We're just in a range between like 190 and 210. $20 range on Tesla. That's tight for Tesla. $20 is tight for Tesla. Finally pushed down, so we could push back up to this 20 and we could drop again. Or we could, we can move, get above this 20, right? We get back above the 20, then yeah, we're probably going to run right back up to test this 200 at 219, which basically is right back to the top of that, right? Top of this, top of that range, right? And so if I look at the 200 on Tesla, still under the 200. Oh, still under. Still not the best sign if you're a bull. Not the best sign. And then let me do this. I want to go back to the week chart on Tesla for a second. And then let me draw some trend lines, which is basically what I did earlier. So right in here, you had this trend line, right? You had that trend line there. And then we broke across it. I'm going back in time. We broke across it. Oh, we pushed higher. All right, so that's kind of how these trend lines form. So then you have to move. You have to change the trend line. I love trend lines, but you got to change them. Price is moving. All right, so then we had this trend line. We dabble. We dropped. We pushed above it. All right, and we really, if you look at it, this is real. I know this is like super detailed, but this is what y'all should be doing when you do your analysis. We never got above, right? That was perfectly testing the exact same price. So after this week, you already know we just ranging. We probably are just gonna go right back down. All we doing is hitting the same levels. We're probably gonna go right back down. And we did. So what I like to do sometimes is I'll duplicate this and make a second trend line that that connects to a different area. So what you'll notice, I'll make that first place it went, I'll make that one like a 3. I'll make it thicker. Now look at what just happened. Pushed all the way up perfectly to the trend line. And then we got a little pullback to the 20. That's all price is doing all day, all the time. All the time. I want to show y'all me for a second. That's all we doing all the time. If you spend the time, if you're a trader and you spend the time, even as an investor, I was learning this stuff because you start to see the patterns and they're very clear. All the market is constantly testing certain areas. Can we go higher? Don't get enough buyers. We come back down. We get back to the average. If something comes out, some piece of news, non-farm payrolls, CPI data, FOMC, Jerome Powell starts talking. Companies, and it's the same thing with every company. There's good news that comes out about the company. There's a potential merger. There's bad news. There's, this product or this new segment isn't working. And that's all the market is. It's data, it's numbers, it's prices constantly moving, testing certain areas, continuing to get through those areas or touching them and literally failing and just going the other way. That's all this is, really. And I say that's all as if that's simple. That idea is simple, but to do this, right, and make money consistently, yeah, that's not easy for everybody. It's not easy for anybody per se, until you get the skills, the discipline, that deeper thing where, you just trust your gut. You trust your trading technical skills as well, right? It takes some time to get there. So, but I just want to show you. So I got the 2 trend lines on Tesla. Let me go back. I have both trend lines, right? We haven't made this move yet, so I'll do this. I'll take this trend line off. Matter of fact, I'll take both of those trend lines off. And I'll go back to the day really quick. All right, so as you can see, we tried to test the 200 here. Couldn't even get to it, which is a little weird. But, I guess we did test it. It got really, really close. I don't want to be too anal. We got really, really close, and then we dropped again, right? So it's like, All right, so what do you there's a couple different and I like Tesla. If y'all know me, I don't trade a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't make sense to me for me to do that. I think less is more. My last 2, I'd say, really nice return trades were on Tesla. I was playing Tesla's options. I ran a strangle. I'm really, really good with strangles. Like the math is a little tricky. You got to really think it through. But if you do it right, oh man, I got 855% return on my Tesla earnings trade. And then the next week, which was just a few weeks ago, I played FOMC because I know Tesla will move with FOMC. So I did another strangle. That was like 300% return on that one. If you don't know what a strangle is, as an options trader, that's not a good thing. You need to know your options with options. I don't know. Y'all be, we got to learn. You got to keep growing. You know what I mean? You can't just learn singles, and if your class doesn't explain, I would say at least singles, verticals, straddle strangles. Yeah, you get into iron condors, butterflies, but you should at least have the goal to really learn all of those, right? And you don't, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you don't need all of them. You do. You need to understand all of them. I'll say that. You need to understand all of them. So let me put that one trend line back on because that one actually was the one. So here, it was here. It was that high, right? That little high right there that we couldn't break. Never got above that high, right? And so, yeah, we didn't get above the trend line here either. If this week goes this way, we start right, then we're still on our way down. If this week reverses and we get back under 160, that's, depending on where you want Tesla to go, that's more bearish. It's a continued bearish movement. That's all it is. So watch Tesla right now. Be careful. Don't because some trades are honestly easier because it's just clear. We're one direction. Everything's lining up. Month is this. Week is this. Day is this. Yeah, go that direction. All right. Right now, we just kind of tested this trend line. Then we had a range for a whole month. We came out the range, and now we're basically kind of going back up to test the bottom of that range. I don't know. Still bearish though. Technically, month chart still under the 20. Under the 20 month chart. Everything else trying to reverse, right? Trying to stay above, but so you have that, divergence confluence with the multiple time frames. But I do think it helps you to start. I don't care who you are. I just think even newbies should learn how to look at the longer time frame first. Because here's the thing. If you can't trade off a month chart, you can't trade off the week. It's faster. You can't trade off the day if you can't even nail the analysis on the week or the month. It's slower. And it's still the exact same chart. Every chart is the same to me. It's just when we go from month to week, you got to be better on the week to make money. You go to the day, you got to be better and faster on the day. We go down to like 4 hour, you got to be faster and better analysis, sharper. The skill level rises as you go down to make faster money. That's why most day traders don't make any money. It's the fastest time frames. You can't think as a day trader. You got to know your strategy like the back of your hand. You have to have practice for hundreds of hours. You have to have a commitment that most people just don't really have, which is what I mentioned at the beginning of this when I start talking about how a lot of people just, I'm starting to see people kind of now go back to normal life, throwing away the trading dream. All the trading dreams died. Don't let the trading dreams die. Don't let them die. Just stay consistent. You got to stay at it. And I want some of you, I know some of you guys will. Some of you guys are, but it's a lot of people right now. They just like, hey, I had a little run back in 2021. And there's money to be made at all times. But do you really want to make it? Will you go through the process to really, really, truly become a trader? It don't happen overnight. It don't happen in a year or two. It doesn't. It doesn't. I would say, yeah, I won't even say that. I won't even say what I was thinking. Okay, so that's Tesla. I'll go faster with the rest. Because a lot of these companies you'll start to see are like really doing the same thing. Or kind of in the same story, if you will. You know what I mean? So give me, I keep making a mistake going back to that page. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure my phone doesn't die, and then I'll pull up some more. I'll pull up some more charts. Let's see. Tesla. Oh, Johnson and Johnson. And okay. I missed that one. Okay. All right. J&J. Oh, and also let me say this too. I tend to spend most of my time on the charts versus I know there's so many different traders and a lot of guys. Some people talk to you about like the fundamentals, and they love to talk about what's happening with the company and the news and all that stuff. Yeah, that's great. Don't get me wrong, but one of my mentors was a head trader at Merrill Lynch, and I'll never forget when we first started. I started learning from him. He was just like, "Bro, I'm a technical trader. All that matters is price. Throw all that other stuff out the window. Everything else will mesh and merge. Whatever's happening in the world that people love talking about, the charts and price will show it. The ultimate, synthesis of all of that information that people can argue about is what is the chart saying. That's all I care about, right?" And so I was like, he said it so strongly that part of that is kind of my mindset, a little bit. So I just tend to focus on the charts because I could sit here and read 30 articles about Johnson and Johnson and act like the Johnson. And I do have opinions, and but once again, what I'm just letting you guys know, depending on how often you do or don't watch me, is it's mostly just technical. I care about the price. What is price doing? Give me the chart. All right, give me the chart. I could do some work. Everything else is debate and fun and it's cool, but all that doesn't make money. So okay, here we go. And then a lot of people, traders are wrong all the time, but nobody likes to admit that they're wrong. That's why, once again, I'm just letting you know about Noble. I don't try to predict the future. I'm gonna do whatever my technical, my indicators and my system says do. All right, so this is Johnson and Johnson, which for the most part, a lot of people, I know for a fact, Johnson and Johnson for a lot of people really is like a more so like a dividend play. I mean, and don't get me wrong, yeah, it's done well. It's done well in the sense that lows of the recession, 46, 186, it's Johnson and Johnson. It's not exciting. Nobody ever talks about it, but more so dividend play. So I don't know if the person who asked me about it, I think this was I know who asked me about this, but my brain went blank. Anyway, okay, so a little bit choppy, just crossed under. This is the month chart. Let me redraw one thing real quick. So we had this major trend line. All right, I'll connect these two. All right, y'all see that? We had this low right here. That was October, tough month of the year, and then this was February. All right, so November, October was here when we made this move down, and then it took us a while to kind of get back up to new highs. Dabbled trying to break that trend line, popped back above, didn't have enough strength to make a new high. Sell off. All right. So as always, I'll go to the week. We got above the 20. We don't have enough gas. We dropped. We went back under, and then we pushed back up right here to test it, and that was it. All right. These week charts they're magical if you're just patient. Right here, this week, this is the type of week when this week opens and we're back under the 20. All you got to do is really, I mean, it takes time, but it's kind of like what I was saying about Tesla, right? If we push up and come right back down and close lower, we're probably, statistically speaking, going right back to the lows. We don't have enough volume. We don't have enough buyers. We're going right back down. All right. So I'm not saying I'm not saying that is what's going to happen on Tesla. I don't know. I'm just telling you how I think, right? So right now, week is down, deeply under its 20. What was the month? Month pushing down as well. And then, of course, you already know the day chart is down. Where's the 200 period moving average? We got above it for a little second, and then, right in here where I drew that line on the week chart, that week that pushed up. And let me. Oh yeah. So that week, looks like that was maybe earnings or something. We gapped up that week. Perfectly started that week at the 20. That's crazy. Y'all see that? Started this week. We opened. We closed here on. We closed at 168, and the next week we opened at 175. So maybe something happened over the weekend or something. I don't know. You can go back and Google it to figure it out. And then right back down. Right back down into the main trend direction. Right. Even yesterday we pushed up to test the 20, came right back down. All right. So it's bearish, right now in this moment. You got to do a little bit of, analysis, I guess, depending on if we talking investor or trader. If you're an investor, yeah. It's not one of those stocks that's so wild that you're going to, lose your shirt. It's Johnson & Johnson. It's not super fast, right? Its beta is, I'm pretty sure its beta is not over 1.15. I'm pretty sure it's not. Slow and easy going, right? But month is bearish, week is bearish, under the 20, day is under the 20. Right now in this moment, it's bearish. Okay, let me find another one. Oh, Amgen. Is that Amgen? I keep saying Amgen. Yeah, AMG. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the month. Same thing. All right. Good run. Same, should look like the S&P. If you pull up a company, if you're trying to trade a company and just even the month chart, you look at it in 2 seconds. It doesn't have this. It's been doing well since the bottom of the recession. I'm just like, why do people make it so hard? Don't invest. Don't try to even trade the stuff that doesn't at least match up with the broad market best companies. Why would you do that? I just, me. I'm gonna play the statistics. I'm riding out with whatever rides out with the best. Right? If it looks like the S&P, that's cool. Okay, cool. Now we can have a conversation. Right? So let's see. Where is COVID at? Is this COVID? So this one's interesting. Because COVID is right here. COVID meaning that February, March of 2020 when COVID, the pandemic hit really bad. Everything was kind of announced. But we haven't gotten any major growth, right? So this doesn't even look like the S&P. Matter of fact, let me show y'all the S&P real quick. So this is the S&P. This crazy, great, amazing trend line got above the 20, cruising month after month. New high, 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 pullback, new high, new high. That was amazing. That was an amazing run. All right. In the same time period, Amgen was choppy, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. So I don't like that. I don't like that. Right now, as we're talking, where's the last low? Last low is back here. All right, where's the week chart? Go to the week. Week is bearish. It's pushing down. Nowhere close to its 20. All right. Sometimes we'll get so close to the 20. You already know it's like, oh yeah, we're trying to test the 20 now. Right. We'll literally break over a little trend line going down. And when we break that trend line, it's like, okay, we just trying to run back up here. All right. Same stuff on every chart. And then if we look at the day, we go down to the day. So we knew the week was down. Cool. We crossed back under the 200. Back under the 200. All right. So you see how we were above the 200? We were just kind of dabbling under it. Made a really strong drop here. This was the lowest down at 200. All right. That's where I drew that box of support. Lowest area. All right. So right now, just tested the 200 yesterday. So the month is slightly bearish. It's just, I really can't say that the month is like purely bearish. I mean, we're under the 20, but like barely. And the squeeze is still bullish. The squeeze is getting weak. So that means, bulls are kind of getting weak. Yeah, we might come right back down. We could definitely go back to these lows at just say 200. The week is getting beat up a bit. Just heading straight down. I don't really see anything that would, say that we're on our way back up right now. And then the day, same thing. Hitting the 20, going lower. So right now it's bearish. And when I say stocks like this, it's like once you get the direction, the reason I kind of always go to like try to give you guys the main direction when I'm doing the analysis is really as a trader, it's like once I know the direction, then I'm waiting on the trade. Right? Because just because we're bearish right now doesn't mean, yo, just jump in and start shorting it, buy some puts today. Right? No, it's still a game of probability, and good entries determine really good exits, and you being able to ride it down to certain areas, right? So what you want to do is you want to be able to get in the trade when you know the direction, you've analyzed, you got a really strong sense of direction. And when we make that attempt to go up that fails, then you want to get in, back in, and ride it all the way back down to whatever area everybody's going to get out at. And we're literally moving in the same big swings of groups. Like you literally want to trade with the big institutions that really have billions of shares that are moving the market in a way that little people like us can't. All right. Even if you had 2,000 shares of Apple, that's nothing. That's nothing. You can't move the market. Like that's nothing. They don't even see your order. That's nothing. Right. So we're all essentially, as retail traders, really trying to just jump on the back of the whales, ride it out. That's all we really doing. Right. So yeah, we could get down to 200. If we pop right back above, let me go the other way too. Even if we cross back over like 240, 245, then we're headed to 260. But then the question, are we going to just test this and go right back down? Right? Or are we going to get above it, continue, test that area, push above, and then start to try to establish an uptrend? Right? So once again, everything is just, testing everything. It's pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. So let me go to the other chart real quick so I can see. Okay, what else did y'all ask me about? Oh, I can't even see all of these. My bad. Okay. Let me go back. My bad. My bad. Hold up. Let me see. Okay, so somebody said Meta. I'll take a look at Facebook. Somebody said NVIDIA. I'll take a quick look at NVIDIA. LLY is Lily. ABR, forget what that is. SNY was what? Sony. UPST is Upstart. Boss Ladies? What the heck is Boss Ladies? Somebody tell me. Somebody said Rick. I don't know who Rick is, but what's up, Rick? Let's see. Somebody said PayPal. Damn. And I did say I'd do all the ones that y'all would give me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so used to not doing a lot anymore. We used to do a ton. I gotta get my energy up. Jeez. Okay. Somebody said this was a spec like got it. Okay, that was like Lucid. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Somebody said, where's it at? Oh, original ticker was a GGPI, George, whatever that word is. I can't speak now. Guggenheim. ASMR. We need to take a look at. Let's see. Sheena said AMD. What's up, Sheena? Oh, somebody said, by the way, I got my pullover. Yeah, got the limitless merch. Somebody who was just in the class. I can't see all your names. My bad. I know you, whoever you are. Glad you got it. Why you didn't post a picture though and tag me in it? Come on, man. Y'all gotta help me out. Y'all know I'm the best teacher, best coach out. you gotta support the merch. Put up a post and be like, man, you better sign up for one of this man's classes. No, it's cool. You ain't gotta do all that. I mean, I would appreciate it, but no biggie. Let's see. Somebody said, did you buy or sell the Strangle in Tesla? That's a great question. Did you? Well, So I could go two ways with that. Cause you can sell a Strangle or buy a Strangle, but then that kind of totally changes what a Strangle is. So without going deep, I'm gonna just say this: simple basis. What is a Strangle? You're playing both directions. You're buying calls and you're buying puts. One of them is probably, potentially, if you do this the right way, is gonna work out. So yeah, every time I buy a Strangle, I'm basically buying and selling calls at the same time. And sometimes I want to do it, but everything doesn't line up. Please don't just jump and try to do a Strangle tomorrow. It took me like 6-8 months to like really feel comfortable and grasp all of what you need to analyze, because you need the right everything. You need the right the math has to work out more than anything. It's not just the chart. The chart is key, but I only do strangles when I can buy my contracts at certain types of prices that I like. I know the stocks that I do this on. I trade them often, so it's not like I'm doing this on just random stocks that seem to be in an area where they could go either way. No, no, it takes a little while. So just do your homework, or sign up for my next class, right? Because I do enjoy teaching about strangles. I do, and every time I teach, I get better. So, good question. Somebody said, I'm assuming you bought it because you can't make more than 100% when you sell options. Oh, you know what? These were like old questions. When was this? I don't know when this was asked, and I said so much. So I'm trying to connect what I'm reading with what I probably was saying when you wrote this. I'm assuming you bought it because you can't make more than 100% when you sell options. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I always am on the buying side. I'm trying to make money. I don't want to be limited. It's called limitless, right? So I tend to trade in a way that just always gives me a probability led, data led, statistical, mathematical tools, not Noble's brain, right? And I really have developed an amazing system. It took me years to get here, but I see stuff super clear and I know what to wait for. So, you're talking to somebody with literally like 20,000 hours in. But yeah, I don't really care to right now even think about the sales side. Man, no, I'm good at doing what I do. You know what I mean? So, um, oh, Misha, we'll get a pic soon. Okay, cool. What's up, Misha? How you doing? And then somebody said, speaking of the next class, dates, next class. Dang. Great question. I don't have the dates, but I literally will have them before Thursday. Cause I'm a little bit late. Normally I do a few like an 8-week futures and new options class like every February, and then I'll do another one in like all October ish. Yeah, September, October. I did last fall. I've been behind because I've been working on some other stuff that I'm excited about. But y'all know I love teaching, so um, I will. Whoever asked that question, hopefully you're in insider trading. If not, go to my website limitlessclass.com and make sure I have your email address, or just hit me on Facebook because I got to plan it out. And I told myself by Friday I would have those dates, so it's coming soon. It'll probably be like mid-April. Mid-April. Yeah, I try to give myself like a month once I start advertising or whatever, getting the word out. So, sometime soon. Thanks for asking, and I love to have you. I love teaching, man. Y'all know me. I do. Oh, I don't have a clock up right now. Let me see. Okay, so let's hit some more of your stocks. Meta, Nvidia, Apple, Lilly. Okay. Meta. Meta. I'm so. I don't even want to talk about Meta. I'm so mad. I missed their earnings. Man, the strangle I would have had, because I know exactly what I would have done because I've done it enough. The strangle that I missed on Meta, I missed like a 1,300% return overnight. I just, golly. Uh, okay. My bad. I got to get back in analyze mode. Okay, so Meta has taken a beating, as y'all know. It's done what I call the death triangle. What the heck is the death triangle? It's this. Ton of companies made that critical low, and they've come all the way back to where we started. I call it the death triangle. There's a couple stocks that have done it. Your Peloton, death triangle. Zoom, death triangle. Netflix, death triangle. But what were we just looking at? I forgot that fast. Oh, Meta. So Meta got beat up pretty bad. They got beat up pretty bad. Let me take this off for a second, and I'll zoom in here because I know you guys just really want to see, like, okay, where are we at now? What's going on? What's happening? So let's see. We dropped. Meta came down. Oh wait, hold on. I can't even see the percentage. I gotta redraw that. Meta came down about. Still can't see it. I was gonna say 80%. Yeah, 77. So 80% drop in the stock. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Read up on it. I know they changed their name from Facebook to Meta. So some of y'all are like, why you keep going back and forth with Meta and Facebook? So they changed their name. The metaverse is what Zuckerberg is betting real big on. It's had some challenges. It's slow growth. I don't know how long it's going to actually take to really adopt. Because people actually move a lot slower to adopt things than you would believe. When Amazon first came out, people said, nah, nobody's going to know. We love going to stores. Nobody's going to like be buying things online. And now, right, 20 years later, we buy everything online. Right. So they're betting on this whole metaverse and people having the goggles and the glasses on and interacting and living and functioning and doing all of this stuff in this digital reality. Kind of like, the movie Player One. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. So, first thing you should notice, you could do the analysis for me at this point. Are we there? Are we at the 20? No, we're not there yet, but we're almost there. We're almost there. And if I go to the week. All right, so the week is, all right, we had this, we basically ranged inside of the that bar that made this week, which was the positive earnings that Noble missed his 1,300% strangle on. Wouldn't even matter that my puts lost. We pushed up so much. It would have been like a 2,600% return on my calls, which means I still, when it averages out, still would have made a great return, amazing return. And you can really only even make returns like I know I'm throwing out big numbers. It's not that I'm throwing them out because I'm trying to be Mr. I trade and make 1,000% return. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I have, because I do the work. I put in about a good 8 months of studying strangles to kind of figure out how to put myself in a position to always take the most advantage of big moves that'll happen fast, where volatility just comes in. Earnings, reports, acquisitions, terrible news, right? So kind of ranging inside that week, and then if I go to the day, you already know what we're doing. We just kind of bouncing around. Went a little bit under the 20, right back in. So, right now, let me do this one last thing too. So we finally got above the 200 because of earnings. And this is the tricky part right now. Here's the tricky part. The market loves to fill gaps. All right, so we gapped up, meaning price closed this day. All right, right here, we closed before earnings. Price was 153. We opened the next day at 185. All right, and this area, this gap, the market we just love to fill gaps. Right. It's statistical phenomenon. It's like 80% of gaps will fill at some point. It's not you don't always know when, right? And then what I'm really saying is this. I wouldn't be surprised if we test this area up here at the top. If anything bad comes out about Meta, if they can't sustain this move and we don't continue to get buyers, or we even get up to 200 and then we just kind of hit this magic round number of 200 and then we fall right back in that range at some point. And well, no, I'll take that back. If we fail, if you start to see us failing, we pull back, we test that area, we fail. We get back to the 20, that 180 area, we go under it. All we're doing is going back to fill that gap at 150, which basically is just going back to the 200. Right. I probably should have been showing you that as I said it. So I'll just put a couple of circles real quick. So we're going to test this area. We're pretty much there now. We'll see how this week pans out. If we can get above that, that's cool. We got some room to get up to like 215, 220. All right. If for some reason we get in here and then we drop back down and then we get under this under this 20 here. All right. If that were to happen in a week or so, all we doing is going right back down to this area, which would not only be filling this gap, but it would be retesting the 200. Right. And so the market, right when you think you're about to just sit in a good trade and cruise, we will come all the way back to where things started because more people have orders there. Big institutions are like, okay, enough good news has come out, blah, blah, blah. Folks hitting that button buying millions, there might be a lot of orders sitting right down here at 150. Right. So a lot of times we pull back just to, right. The market likes, it needs to fill those orders. You put billions on the table, like that order is going to get filled. That you going the order alone is going to kind of do some damage, let alone the selling, right, of the people who made money when it went up, right? Because think about this for a second. Even if you were just like, man, I think it might be a bullish trade, I'll take it bullish, right? And you bought some shares right here at the 200, knowing earnings was going to come out. Okay, cool. You bought some shares at 152. Maybe you play earnings at 152. It shot up. So, right, you patient in here. You're hoping we don't just come right back down. If you're smart and you were doing options and you made a crazy return, which you should have already been out, right? Because this long period of waiting is just literally pulling value. That's the theta, right? It's pulling value away from your contract. So the play was this quick, like, wow, right? But earnings don't always go the way you think. Half the time, at least, they don't go the way you think, right? It's 50-50. But if you bought this stock and panicked anywhere in here or missed it, you'll be happy if it comes back down to here. You'll be happy. All right. So what am I saying when I say all that? You really want to learn to think on both sides. You got to think like a bull and a bear. What do the bears like about this chart? What are the bulls like? What areas will the bulls get excited? What area will bears get excited? It all matches up. It all matches up. It makes so much sense when you look at it, if you can learn to look at it like that over time. This isn't Sony. Sony's what? SY? What is Sony? Is it just S? Is Sony just Sony? Oh, it's Sony. I'm like, what is S? What is Sony? Okay, my bad. So okay, cool. So this is Sanofi. I don't even know what this is. So let me find out what it is real quick. Let me find out what it is. SNY. I want to look it up with you guys. Okay, Sanofi. Market cap 100 and think about what I'm paying attention to. First thing I'm looking at is market cap. How big is this company? Is it a little baby company? Little cute baby company just got on the market trying to make some money? Or is this a incredibly strong, maybe mid cap, mid cap, large cap, mega cap that maybe I just haven't heard of? What's the sector, right? It's just basic information. The beta is 0.3. So that essentially means if the beta is 1, that means it's essentially going the same speed as the stock market. 1, same speed. Perfect, equal, is whatever. If the S&P is up 10%, that'll be up 10%. This is 0.3, which means it's even safer than the S&P. It fluctuates less than the S&P. Not a volatile stock at all. Tesla, it's almost a 2. A lot of weed stocks, almost 2. Pharmaceutical stocks, like the little baby pharmaceuticals, promising they're going to erase, everything we know that's bad. Every drug they're promising, FDA approvals coming up. Super volatile, high beta, big fluctuations, right? Those are the ones you got to really be able to be a good trader to trade. Or crazy, you just maybe might be a little crazy. Y'all can't see this. Let me go back. So real quick, I'm going to just go to the profile, just see what they do real quick. Healthcare, drug manufacturers, 92,000 employees. Right. And then profile real quick. Healthcare company engages in research, development, manufacturing, and marketing of therapeutic solutions in the United States, blah, blah, blah. Operates pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and consumer health segments. Company provides neurology, immunology, oncology, rare blood, blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of stuff I can't pronounce. Okay, so pharmaceutical company. From that, I didn't get like a main thing that they do, but okay, cool. And then they're actually located in France. Okay. Okay, so let me go back to their chart. COVID was right here. It technically did its little death spiral right back on down. Y'all see that? I'll draw it. This was the high. Ran right back to those COVID lows. Imagine if you knew that it was coming back. You saw it crossing under right here. Let's do this. Let's do this for fun. Let's say we were right here and you were like, oh, We're back under. We got a really big bullet bearish candle here. We tested, made this new high. We got a hammer candle. So that's telling you there's a high potential of a reversal. Then we got a ranging bar. We really didn't go anywhere. Bulls tried to push it up. We pulled it right back down. Then the Bulls won this month. And then this month, we're actually under the 20 testing it. All right. Where are we going if we drop? You already know where we're going. We're going back to the low. All right. And that's why I always say, man, like you got to look at these longer term charts. Right. We came right back down. So imagine if you were like, how do I want to play this? Do I want to be? No, I believe in this company. I believe. If you believe, okay, cool. You know how great you feel if you bought at the low? Or if you were dollar cost averaging, buying a little bit every month and just going through the ups and downs and letting your dollar kind of spread it over because you're just getting equity. You're building, you're buying. Same way you pay your mortgage every month. Now, it's not a fluctuating price in a market, true. But you pay it every month because every time you put a little bit more money in there, you're building equity. Right? With shares, you're getting more shares. You're getting them at different prices, true. Right, but you're getting, and then the more you learn about technicals, there's more opportunity. You get into options, there's more opportunity. You really master and get into the different options, there's more opportunity, more ways to make money. That's all this is. It's an intellectual game. I won't even say game because that makes it, that kind of, makes it sound like it's, this is just serious. This is the best. It's the best, most creative, one of the most creative things we've ever made as mankind is this market. So where are we at right now? Well, we're kind of ranging inside of this month. And if I go to the week, right, got above the 20, off those lows, got real close to the 20. All right. And I'll make this even more defined. So I'll get rid of this box and I'll kind of redraw it. I really want y'all to learn to see these ranges because, man, it's like we're not going anywhere until we just, all right, so this week right here, 130, we're basically still in that range. We haven't gone anywhere. Testing the 20. That's a good thing. We're still bullish on the week, still trying. We're trying, though. We're just trying. We're just trying. We're not. We don't really have like a right, but it's trying. So we might push up. We might break these highs. We might actually start a true uptrend. We might. If I go to the day, let's look at where the 200 is. So check that out. We were deeply under the 200. We made those lows, and then we slowly. And check this out. Check out how the day chart. See how we got above the 20 way back here. This is the only reason I keep it on my chart all this time. We got above the 20 way back here. So anywhere in here, where are we going? We're going to the 200. Main thing. You should always ask, where are we going? Price is always going somewhere. It's never as random as newbie traders think. It's always going somewhere. This stuff is so methodical. It really is. Even here. Even here. Y'all see that? You probably can't see it yet. Even right here, we tested the high perfectly. All right, perfectly. We made that high huge, whatever something happened, pulled back to the 20 and slowly pulled back to the 20 again. Tested this area and that was it. Nobody thought this was worth buying more than $50. Nobody bought it. Nobody valued it enough. People started getting out. Bears started getting in. We came right back down. Now we kind of ranging in this area. So, can we get above this area? Can we get above 50? I don't know. Will we? I don't know. Is that important though? Yeah. And honestly, if we take out 50, if we stay above and we can get back above 50, that's going to give a lot of bulls confidence. Right? So your goal as a trader is to think about what will happen. What will bulls, bears do, think, feel if price does this? If price gets above 50, bears are going to be like, oh, they're going to be disappointed. And if they're in right now short, any puts, anybody short is just like, if we get back up to 50, you're going to get smoked. So you're going to get out and you're going to hit the buy button to get out. And other smart bulls are going to hit the buy button to get in as we, break back up. get out of this range. Right. And then you're going to see other bulls get in, right? Because you're watching other people. Right? You're like, oh, you getting in? I'm going to get in too. That's all right. So you got to kind of always think that way. All right. How will price affect both sides? All right. That's all. That's what this is. World's greatest, you know, analysis of markets. You know, my MBA is in marketing. So I've always studied people and, I think marketing is like the psychology of commerce in a way. But then when I got into this, I'm like, oh, the market responds based on the market. Right. It's beautiful. It's such a creative, sort of a dive, Okay, so that's a SNY. Could drop back to 46 and retest the 200. If we don't and we continue to get some good buying, we're probably going right back up to 50. What'll happen if we get above 50? I don't know, but 50 is clearly a line in the sand. Okay, did I do Apple? Dang. How long have I been on here? I don't even know. Where's the time frame? I can't see it. Oh, hour 30? Oh man, that's a lot. Okay, I normally do an hour. I don't be trying to do, if I'm doing this long, I need to get paid. I need to make this like a paid service. I could really fully go in. But no, I love doing this for y'all. Okay, so Apple. Let me peep Apple real quick, and I'll go a little bit faster. I got to go a little faster because I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now. Okay, Apple. Apple did really well. 2020 to those highs of 2021. If there's a bull market, Apple's doing well. Its beta's 1.15, a little bit higher than the S&P, right? So S&P is doing well. Apple's going to do well too. We've been stuck. Apple really, I don't know. We kind of like this candle right here that touched the 20, this May candle. All right, so that's the first thing you should see. We tried to get out. Oh, we pushed up and then we came right back down to the lows. And then we pushed right back up again and we tested this 20, but we just, right. So we really, honestly, we're literally stuck inside of May. Apple is stuck inside of May from last year. All right, but you need better analysis than that. So let's go down to the week. So the week is trying, above the 20. All right, so we're going to try to make, okay, if we can get back up, where do we go? Well, we got this last high here. So that's 175. So I'm looking at 175. Super basics, just trend line stuff. If I draw a little trend line, okay, we crossed over the trend line here firmly. Got a continuation. Buy. That's how we get out of these trend lines. That's how we get out of these little downtrends, right? We tested it. Oh, tested it, dropped. Tested it. Oh, buy. Come on, y'all. Buy. And then we go higher. And then we kind of pull back and rest for a second. Okay, cool. But what you'll see now is we're inside of this week. All right. So we made this week of buying. And then the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, we haven't gone anywhere. Just dabbling. Nobody's really getting out. Nobody's really getting in. We not too aggressive. Bears not too aggressive. Bulls not too aggressive. That's why we create ranges. Nobody's trading. It's just periods of indecision. We just kind of relax. Nobody's pushing hard. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose their gains. It just happens all the time. All the time. One of probably the most fundamental things you'll see. So the good thing about Apple is it's above its 200. Good thing. Let me go back to the week for a second. That's positive. It's positive. But let me draw this trend line here too. But we got let me see. Here's the tricky part, right? So this is like the main trend line. And right here, we tested it perfect and dropped right back down. Right. So you could have drawn this line after 328. We didn't test that line until 8:15. So 5 months later, if you just go on these week charts and do the analysis, you already knew as we were starting to come back up, where were we going? Right in here. Where are we going? Well, it looks like we're going to the 200. It looks like we're going, let me draw some boxes. All right. We made this low. All right. We made the low. On our way back up. We're real close right here to the 20. So we're probably gonna test the 20. Oh, we opened above. Where are we going? We're just going back to the trend line. That's all. And then we tested this and we failed. Right back down. Eventually all the way right back down to the low. So where are we at right now? We're underneath this trend line. We're above the 200, above the 20. So right now, looks like we're probably going to try to push right back up and see if we can do it again. 160. Yeah. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Okay, so that's Apple. Let me see. That's Apple. Dang, what else did y'all ask me to look at? Wait, hold on. I don't know what else y'all asked me to look at. I know I missed this. I almost want to miss some on purpose, but I'm not gonna do y'all like that. Dang, let me write these down real quick. Cause I said I would do all of them. I'm not gonna cheat y'all. NVIDIA real quick. I'm gonna write them down. Oh, Lily. Yeah, Lily. What else? I did Apple. Oh, Roku. I ain't looked at Roku in a minute. Roku. Start. PayPal AMD. Okay, cool. PayPal. Okay, let's call this the lightning round. Turn on some music for a second. Lightning round. I'm gonna hit NVIDIA, Lily, Roku, Upstart, PayPal, and AMD. As fast as humanly possible with some respect on the back end, so y'all won't feel like I cheated you. Okay, cool. Let's jump over to let's do this. Let's jump over to NVIDIA. Semiconductors. I'm gonna just say the main category. Semiconductors. Let me get rid of everything here. I love NVIDIA. You can't really say NVIDIA and not mention AMD, right? So they're like brother and sister to me, even though they're not. But just as you know what they do, volatility, blah blah blah. Like you mentioned AMD, you should be looking at NVIDIA too, or you know, kind of figuring out which one you want to actually maybe take the trade on when certain things happen, you know, in the macroeconomic area, you know, or just good things happen in their specific industry, right? So, excuse me, month chart. Did the same thing. COVID's low was here. Ran up 200%. Came down. What percentage is that? Came down 70%. Perfect death triangle. The low of COVID was the low of the last 2 years. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is so much more predictable than you know. We literally went back to the exact same place. All right. This is like a 2-year shakeout. Oh, all of y'all wanted to make some money? The market's like, yeah, okay. Let's take it back down and see what happens. See if y'all got the energy, balls, capital, discipline. We're going to take it all the way back down and we're going to do it all over again. We're going to take it right back to the same place y'all swear y'all wish y'all could have bought from. We're going to take it to the same place and run it right back up. Big institutions bought at the low. That's why we didn't go any lower than the low. All right. So just crept above. Right, just for a second, we just got above the 20 on the month. So the month to me is like, it's not bullish yet, which means the week is bullish. All right, so okay, on the week we got above, a little pullback to the 20 right here. Y'all see that? And I'm not gonna lie to you, these two little hammers here at the 20 after making this high, that's easy money. Getting above this, all right, we're going right back to the high. Take some profit off here, let it go a little bit further, you know, kind of manage it, see if it go higher. Sometimes we hit the highs and we perfectly fail. All right, but it's NVIDIA. It can go. It's not one of those little safe, soft, you know. It'll go. NVIDIA will go. All right, so we cruise straight through 186. And, you know, kind of range in the last 3 weeks, really haven't went anywhere. I'm sure we're above the 200 now on the day. Yep. Got above the 200, poked it, came back down. Stayed down there for like a week. Actually, stayed down there for like 2 weeks, maybe, yeah, like two. Started to make the move back up, and just we got the buying. We got enough buying, buy, little pullback, buy, little pullback, buy, little pullback, buy. Another pullback, and then this must have been this gap right here had to be earnings or something. Had to be earnings. I'm gonna just start playing Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, and Apple's earnings every time. Oh, and Meta. See, that's the thing. And I got a few that I look at. Meta wasn't on my list, but I like Meta. It used to be on my list, so I hate when the stocks that I know are like really easy. I won't say easy, but good volatility, big company, strong. The whole world is paying attention. I don't even want to go back because that's another one. But it's not on my list, so I'm not mad. But I know I would have made money on these earnings. I know I would have. I know I can look at it and tell. The direction don't even matter to me. I don't care which way it goes. Okay, so dancing, bouncing, kind of ranging. Uh, you know, the day's up, the week is up, the month we're getting positive, so it's looking good. Actually, probably a little different than everything else I said. And I'm trying to keep it simple and not infer and go too deep into what I think may be happening. I'm just trying to get you the technical. So, all right, the month is officially reversed. We're back above the 20. That's a good thing. But eventually, all of this momentum we're getting right now, this bullish activity, is going to give us a pullback. It's probably going to pull back to 200. Or let me check the 200. Where's the day chart? Or the 200, which is, where the heck is the 200? Oh, the 200 is down at 170. So don't be surprised if we start pulling back, because we could definitely go as low as 200, 170, and then we get back down under that. We go lower than that. Then we're back under the 20 on the month, and we start getting back in here. You really don't, right? So this is the candle, right? You really, if you're bullish, just this bar right here, I'll put a box over it. This is the one. As long as we stay above this, we can do a whole bunch of dancing on top of this, but let's not. If we cancel this candle out and price gets all the way back down here, 140, 150, oh yeah, we probably just gonna drop back to new lows again. Oh, and y'all couldn't even see that. Okay, you can see it now. My bad. Month chart, Nvidia. All right, so this candle right here is like, so because we ranged in here, we got out of that range, and now we're above, and everything's pushing once again, right? So the month is trying to turn bullish, right? It's trying to match up with the day and the week, right? But the day and the week don't always tell the longer term story. They don't, by definition. All right, so but we're trying a month, almost bullish, a little bit. It's bullish in the sense of trying to stay up, right? We're above the 20, good. Day and week above, but we're going to get a pullback. It's the pullback is the thing for me, right? It's like, okay, what's going to happen next? I know where we are now. I don't have a trade on, so if you're looking at me looking at this, you're like, okay, cool. It looks bullish, but once again, we got to pull back and test something, and then I react. I make my trades based on what the market does. I just react to what's happening. I've gotten out of like my whole, trading in a way where you're kind of guessing what's going to happen. Nah, forget all of that. Stop guessing. Stop trying to predict. React. Just react to what is happening. Factually, what is happening. All right, so here's Roku. What's up with Roku? Same thing. Death Triangle. New high, all the way back down, and then we're ranging. Why are we ranging down here? Because people are thinking about buying. Bulls aren't shorting through this. We got some buying down here, but we just ranging at this low. Just ranging at the low. Matter of fact, let me see how many months have we been ranging. This is a little weird because you really have. I mean, it's really like this area. So that's like what, 7 months we've kind of been just between 80 and 40. I guess we sat at 40, went down to it in December, and then January just pushed right up. So This candle, it's in between. We're way away from the 20. Way away. Look how that 20's angled down because of this drop, this fall from grace. And how much down is Roku? I mean, how much down? Good Lord. I promise I have better English, a grasp of the English language than what I just said. Ooh, 90%. So yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Be careful because, if we look back, like if you take COVID out, this uptrend wouldn't have happened. Not to the degree that it happened, right? So we're literally we're just back to where this company was before the hype, the massive buying, before Roku made, right? It made sense for people to trade it, buy it, and there was this crazy 2 years of pandemonium buying. We're just back down to reality. It's bearish. It's under the 20. Let me go to the week chart. So the week is barely above, but it is above the 20. Squeeze getting, giving some candles. So you know that the day is probably, okay. So there we go. Phew, look at that. So we just, we're testing the 200. And right now we're actually slowly fading. That's really key. It's really key. So, yeah. Whoever's buying, if we can't get, this area, in there, we can't get above that. I'm gonna go back to the week. Yeah, we're stuck inside of this candle here. So we're ranging inside of this candle. Whatever caused this candle 213, find out. Was that earnings? Was that positive news? I don't know what the hell it was, but it was something. We either going to get above that or we're not. We get below it, back under 50, we're going back to 40. We get above it, we get up to 50, 75. Well, we already at 61. We can get back up to 75. That still doesn't mean we're out the water, but we could potentially run up to that high to retest that area. So keep watching that one. Lily, month chart on Lily. Lily's bullish. Lily's a really good stock, and you got to read up on what Lily does. They've been amazing over the last few years. They don't look like, there's very few stocks that look like this. Right. COVID's low was, where is COVID? It was right here. All right. So it was testing on the month chart. It was testing its 20 and it made a new high, and we pulled back and we tested the 20. And then we had this amazing 2 years, but the last year, which has been really tough for tech and pretty much everything, has not been tough for Lily because of what they do. All right. So whoever asked about Lily, glad you're looking at Lily. If you've never looked at Lily, don't even know what Lily does, look it up. Please look it up. Amazing stock. Week chart, I don't know what this was. This must have been like earnings or something. So, that instantly caused my eye to say, hey, what happened right in here? And then we're playing the rangy game. We could get back up to this high. We could go right back down to this area. All right. But we got to get out of this candle. And we've already tested right here. We tested the 20 and went right back down. So, right. But, you look at the month and you're like, yeah, it's bullish. Clearly bullish. About to, even if we come back down to these lows, look at that. The low of that week that I outlined would perfectly be testing the 20 on the month, which is still bullish. And it's just a pullback. It's just buyers getting out, made some money. Usually if stock is really strong, we'll hit that 20. That'll be the lowest price opportunity you will have to get in. We'll slowly start going right back up. All right, so be careful with Lily. I mean, not even be careful because it's a bad stock or something. Just watch these levels and pay attention to what's happening as it makes some moves. If you're a long-term investor and we come back to 300, please pick up some. That's all I can say. I did Roku. I did NVIDIA. Let's see. UPST, Upstart. So I'm going to go to the month chart. Month. So this is another one of those that's just, fall from grace. God, golly. They went from, jeez, what is this? They IPO'd December of 2020 at 22. And man, I can't see the number. Why can't I see this number? That's weird. I can't see the number. So I'll do it this way. Looks like that's a return. That's a 1,500% return. Ooh, that's crazy. And the drop has been brutal though. That's a 97% decline. All right, so this magical 2 years, I'm gonna keep saying it. That December of 2021. Ooh, man, another death triangle. Right back down to where we started. Ranging hard. Holding, as support down here, sure. All right, but, I see stocks like this and I'm like, you in my head would need the same thing that happened here to get the same move that happened here. Are we going to have another COVID, type of crazy 2 years of buying? Highly unlikely. So, I don't like this one. I mean, I don't like several of these that we looked at. Anything that's just really rangy, not matching up with the market, those I think are you're just making it harder to trade them because, if everything looks like the S&P, or generally I know how it reacts based on how the S&P reacts, moves, then it's a simple, you really get to know the personality of the stocks that you're trading. So, and it's a relationship. It really is a relationship. Some stocks I literally, on an emotional level, I just feel better about trading them. I feel like I know them better, and I tend to make more money on those than ones I might just hear about. Somebody tells me something and I go try to trade it, and it's like, Plus, as you trade the same things over and over, it's hard to not make money if you're trading the same thing over and over. At some point, you really have to be right. Now, if you're jumping around, I'm taking a trade on this and this one and this one, right? Then that's where I think the probability of you being able to really be successful just kind of drops, especially if you're new first 5 years. It's like, nah, don't do that. Okay. I'll start. Oh, PayPal. Hey, I'm almost finished. I can almost eat. PayPal. Let me hit PayPal real quick. PayPal, as y'all can see, death triangle has happened all the way back. Reset since those COVID lows, all the way back here, ranging just like a lot of these. We need a catalyst. PayPal, we need some good news. We need something. We need something, y'all. What is this company doing? When we start ranging going sideways for like a minute, that's the market telling you, I'm not buying you, but I'm not selling you. It's like in that one Transformers movie where he wanted the job, and the old dude, old scary dude, who was like that CEO, very eccentric guy, was like, what did he say? He was like, you want this job? Something. He was like, prove it. Oh, well, no, he didn't say prove it. What did he say? It was something like that. It was a challenge. He was like, yeah, I'm a ramrod. I'm a go-getter. And he was just kind of like, okay, prove to me that you want the job. All right, this right here, these charts to me are like, prove to me you're worth my investment. You're sitting here back at these lows, not going anywhere, which is good that it's not falling lower, because some stocks have gone even lower than the death triangle's bottom. But, I'm not going to, you just do your research. That's all I can say. Do your research with these that are just sitting, because it could be the most amazing opportunity to be buying because it's not going lower. Or the fact that it's not going lower, if you kind of, you really think it through, it's a really good sign to let's maybe move to something else that has the financials and it's getting managed and they're figuring out how to like get out of this downtrend that a lot of stocks are in. It's management at the end of the day. It's still management. Somebody's managing the companies that, right, makes all the decisions, the moves that the market reacts to in a price. We're just looking at the chart, but it's all connected. All right, so PayPal tried to get above this 20. Right here. This candle here, we tried to get above. And then we got under and we pulled back in it for a second. We dropped again. Ran right back where? To the same lows. So we pushed up here, made another nice little move. Came right back under it. Crossed the 20. Where are we going? Back up to the 20. And then we tested the 20. And put a little box right there. Put a real small box. You can see it on the day chart. All right. Okay, and then right here. Perfect. All right, so even here, tested the 200 drop. Tested the 200 here. We tried to go higher, and we came right back down. All right. So if we push up next few days, where are we going? Back up to the 200. If we can get above, right? We get above 78, 76. Where are we going? We just running back up to 82. Somewhere in that area. But right now we're bearish. So day is not looking great. I wouldn't be super excited. Week, just ranging in a really long month range, right? We just ranging and just ranging. Okay. That's PayPal. Last one is AMD. AMD. I know that's not a language or anything eligible. Eligible. It's the wrong word. Anyway, it's that 2 hour mark. My brain starts slowing down at the 2 hour mark. So let me take all this off my chart. Okay, let me do this before I do this last stop. Thanks for rocking with me. If you want to learn more, advance your skills. I don't care how long you've been trading. I guarantee you I can help you. I don't really care who you are. Newbie, I can give you a foundation and help you jump over years of struggle that I went through. Years. If you're intermediate, I guarantee you I can sharpen your skills. And even if you're like, yeah, I'm making money, I'm doing my thing. Just to see another trader who trades and can make money and really can trade anything, futures, options, foreign exchange, day chart, swing trading, sometimes you need to see another trader to be like, I never thought to do that. Oh, I never thought about this. All right. So go to my website, go to limitlessclass.com. I love for you to sign up for just, and I don't really even send any, I need to do better on my email marketing. I don't send a lot of emails at all. I just let you kind of know when something new is coming. Right. So you won't get a ton of spam from me that you'll be worried I'm going to send you 85 things begging you to sign up for some class. No. Nope. Okay, so let's go back to AMD. So AMD. Which, let me go back to NVIDIA. Because I say it, right? So look at NVIDIA. And then look at AMD. If I had to pick between the two, which one am I going to pick right now just based on the chart? If I'm just right now getting interested in these two, AMD or NVIDIA based on the chart? NVIDIA. Because we hit that bottom and we bounced. I love to see very technical, precise. We went to the low. We bought at the low. We pushed right back up. Like it's so much easier when you see like those types of what I call like technical personality. Actually, I just made that word up. So we're under the 200. Looks like we could definitely get back up there. We could get up there. We tested it here. All right, similar area. I know that's not perfect, but my point is we tested the 200, made a new low, slowly getting some buying. All right, so slowly changing a little bit. All right, week chart. What did the week have to do? The week had to turn bullish. All right, it had to get above across this trend line, right there perfectly at the 20. Change direction. Whew. Okay, cool. We got some buying. But we're ranging inside of this week. So another one of those big push up, probably earnings. Let me go to the day chart. Was that an earnings thing? Yeah, that was earnings right in here. I'm pretty sure that was earnings. You see gaps like that, it's like, yeah, that's probably earnings. Good earnings continuation and ranging. All right, pull right back to this same area where we started. All right, where all of this buying started, we pull right back to that area. So yeah, if we get above 90, okay, that's cool. That's good, you know. Let's see. Week, week bullish, getting some activity. Once again, we're inside of this this week right here. All right, so we got to go one way or the other. Have to go one way or the other. And then on the month, month looks pretty good. Had a doji candle, which is a sign of confusion. Last month, we had some buying, we had some selling, kind of closed where we started or where we opened. All this month been pretty continuous buying. That's a good thing. Where are we going? Let me do this. Let me redraw this trend line on real quick. So check that out. See that? These 2 months right here. Those 2 months, June and August of last year, you should have had this trend line on your chart. Why? So if we go back to the week, when this little week happened here and we broke that trend line on the week, and we started pushing up, it's like, where are we going? Oh, we're probably going to the next major area that price wants to test, the trend line on the month. That's exactly where we went to. Right? Exactly where we went to. So right now we kind of rangy, just a little bit, but still, leaning bullish. The week looks pretty good. We're trying to get above this trend line, trying to. And, the month is also trying to get back up to its 20, but we're still fundamentally, for me, the month, we're still not in crazy, right? Like if we're under the 20 on the month, that for me is the quintessential time frame to really just make the easiest, simplest base decision. When a stock is above its month, 20, and the week, and then the day, then you just have that crazy pandemonium buying. That's what we had post-COVID. That's what we had from, I'll show you. I'll just show you real quick before I head out. I'll show you real quick. Go back to SPX. All right, that was this. This period. Right, that was that crazy, amazing buy. Right, this period here, all we did, pull back, test the 20, pull back, test the 20, pull back, hit the 20, pull back, hit the 20 higher. That was an amazing 2 years. That was an amazing 2 years that we just lived through. So, thanks for joining me. I can go eat now. Thanks for rocking with me. Limitlessclass.com. If you want to learn more about specifically, things that I have coming up. I do have a new, I don't even know if I'm going to do an options and futures class. I was thinking about combining both, but that'll take the price up a bit. And, some of y'all may not want to learn both. I think you should learn both and really kind of master being able to make money in any market. But, I'll probably do an options class at worst. So stay tuned. I'll go live and do some stuff, and I'll probably have like a little webinar, some things to just get you, give you more reason to, make a decision, find out what I do, who I am, what I've learned. Character matters. Make sure you rocking with traders that you would hang out with them. You think they're decent, good people. I'm just telling y'all, it's a lot of scams out here. I'm telling y'all, it's scammy. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. So, trade well. If you got some questions, I don't want to open the door too wide, but yeah, you got a question, hit me up. I'm on Facebook. Ask me a question. I respond back. I'm a real person. And I think that's about it. That's about it. Thanks for joining me. I will talk to you guys later. As I always say, share this video with somebody that you know and that you love who wants to learn more about the markets. From somebody with an MBA and a little bit of pedigree, who loves the math, who can explain things really well, who is not doing what I do based off just ego and just, Nah, I try to actually teach and give you things that you guys can really, pull from, grow with, so you can make more money for yourself and your family. That's it. That's all I care about. I want you to be well. Thanks for watching. Peace.